tops of the mountains, the Great Southern Alps. Boy, it would have taken a long time with the fires to get out here. It's a friggin' hell of a drive. Here's Lake Ohau, and as you can see, we got fire on both sides of the road through here. Incredible. Incredible to think this fire burned out 5,000 hectares. We've just come out of winter. It's mind-boggling. How dry was this ground? A lot of blame towards the wildering pines, but there's no pines here. What we just come through is just the tussock land. Through here we go, more blackening. Beautiful bloody mountain range. Can't be too far away from the village. I think some of the roads are still closed to the residential area, which is fair enough. But it's getting blacker. The trees, quality pines in there. Devastating area. Down to the water's edge. Beautiful. Sorry about the light, but it's 7:10, 8:05 sunset. There's our first building, still standing. This fire happened a couple of weeks ago, then a couple of weeks before that was back up the road, probably nearly, I don't know, 40 minutes, Mount Cook, Lake Ohau, fire ripped through there, burned a couple of structures. But you got to ask yourself why. It doesn't make sense. We've just come out of winter. Are you telling me the ground is that dry, or is there something else? For all around the world we're seeing these fires, huge. The fires can't get over the speed, the behaviour. But when you look at this, like a lot of ground level, this stuff has just raced across the ground. We'll just stop there, but you can see the poor bugger's house up there on the hill. House there. Actually looks like it's still there, but by Christ. But yeah, we're right down to the water's edge. there must be Lake Ohau. This might be the ski field road. Back, but this bridge, just over the bridge, you can see where they've run a fire break just down here somewhere. Incredible the distance this is gone. See the old fire break. Must have worked to stop it going any further up that way. There's been some lucky escapes. See a house way over there, surrounded in the burnt land. Still there though, lucky. But you got to ask, what else is fueling these fires? Whenever we read something I've got down the road, another house in there survived. Wind is slowly picking up through here. She would have ripped through here like a wind tunnel. There you go, there's one incredible hunk of dirt, rock. Some wicked mountains in there. Plantation. Get up here, but we'll shoot up this little lane. As far as I can see, blackened ruins. Hard to believe with all this water, snow around. This place went up like a set of Roman candles. But here's some articles that I read. Aluminium dust from geoengineering fueling super wildfires according to author. This is America, but I've taken 5 rain tests here in New Zealand, South Island. And the ingredient they talk about overseas is aluminium oxide. Why is aluminium oxide coming in rain samples? Yes, aluminium is the third most abundant element on the earth. That's in its natural form. When you see these trails behind aircraft, the media will like you to believe that it's condensation. But condensation doesn't spread out and form artificial cloud. Is this stuff raining down? Is this stuff raining down and covering the earth, the ground, everything? But no, we'll blame the wilding pines. Blame the power lines. Power lines, pines have been around for years. We don't see fires like this happening all the time. Just get out of that bloody wind, it's getting a bit cool. But I'll just read some lines out of this article. I've got an absolutely folder full on information that most people wouldn't have a clue about. But what it says here: while researching for his new novel, author Dennis Mills discovered an alarming link between chemtrails and super wildfires. The author discovered that an unprecedented level of aluminium and barium nanodust, primary components in chemtrails. Chemtrails are what mainstream call your condensation trails, both of which are incendiary, are fueling the ferocity of the super wildfires. Millions of tonnes of aluminium and barium are being sprayed almost daily across the US. Just sprinkle aluminium or barium dust on a fire and see what happens. It's near explosive. When wildfire breaks out, the aluminium barium dust results in levels of fire intensity so great as to cause firefighters to coin a new term, firenadoes. And there's the fiery, and I've heard this here out in New Zealand, fires too, saying a similar thing. The fires are burning differently and more aggressively. Mark states, imagine then how this affects a conflagration that is a forest fire with these materials present in the environment. I have personally spoken to a number of Korea CDF personnel who have told me unequivocally that fires over the last 10 years have become significantly more difficult and costly to suppress. They burned unusually hot, but officials were at a loss to explain why. He goes on to say, now as if they weren't bad enough, with aluminium being a conductor of electricity, spraying countless microscopic sized particles in the sky does something else you might not have considered. It dramatically increases the electrostatic potential of the air, that is, its ability to conduct electricity. Those storm clouds that always seem to follow heavy chemtrailing are primed to produce more lightning strikes. You just wonder that there's a patent out. It's called stratospheric wellsback seeding for reduction of global warming. Now, the funny thing in there, materials. One of the materials is, here we go here, method of claim 1, wherein it said material comprises aluminium oxide. Aluminium oxide. There we go. That's in a patent. You can check it out for yourself. Patent right there, number. And what I have here, these are just my tests that I've had done through an independent lab. Some of you might have seen a video I've done last year before to do with New South Wales. I pointed out an area that was absolutely heavily sprayed. Might be a little bit hard to see on this, but if you're looking in the satellite imagery, what you can see are the white streaks. What those streaks are is the media's so-called condensation. These are not condensation trails, these are aerosol trails. Chemtrail is just a dirty word where mention chemtrail and most people throw the word conspiracy. People need to get over that and start looking. If you go back into the patent, it mentions one technique proposed to seed metallic particles was to add the tiny particles to the fuel of jet airliners so that the particles would be emitted from the jet engine exhaust while the airliner was at cruising altitude. That's in there. We've got another one here. Fires burn hotter with nanometals and chemtrails. What it mentions in this article here. It is common knowledge that nanoparticulates are increasing the frequency of wildfires, resulting in forest fires that have been burning hotter and spreading faster than ever before in the history of the US. And even though it says US, as it says, in other regions of the world.
Well, it's your goddamn idea.
No, it actually turns out to be an old idea. This was known since President Johnson. And the scientific community mostly decided not to talk about it.
What happens to the sulfuric acid after it's sprayed? Does it just stay up there?
No, it rains down.
Okay.
But as I said, it rains down.
Okay.
It's a tiny addition.
People, we've got them here in our skies too. There's no boundary fences up on that atmosphere. Something I did find very interesting not so long ago in my little hunting was an article, you can buy it online, Environmental Change and National Security, Group Captain Manjan Kumar. Anyway, just going through that, I haven't got the book, but I managed to go through and find this, which I found very interesting. The biojet fuel process technology was actually developed in 2007 under a contract from the US DARPA to produce renewable JP-8 fuel for the US military. Since then, ongoing demonstration flights have been undertaken using Boeing and Air New Zealand. I found that. What's Air New Zealand got to do with it? But interesting thing, we look at this JP-8 fuel and we go over here to weathermodificationhistory.com. And what it's got, it's showing your fuels, your Jet A, JP5 and JP8. And what it's showing there highlighted, 9,360 parts per billion. What that is exactly that. Is that what's showing up in my rain tests? People, you need to start looking for yourself. The sad thing here, like, I can't get in there, but amongst all that burnt out area, there's 50 poor buggers that have lost their houses, their cars, probably got out with their shirts on their bloody back at 3 a.m. in the morning. There's still no word on the cause, but people just need to be very aware. I'm pretty certain what I'm reading is a fact. You just need to be aware. Do not play with fire when it's windy. Do not play with fire any time that could get out of control. Because once ignition takes place, you're going to see Roman candles, just like what we're seeing here, Lake Ohau. We've seen it Mount Cook-Pukaki, we've seen it in Nelson, we've seen it in the Port Hills. There's fires going every year But what's happening, these are more ferocious, and they are far, far worse than what a fire was 10 years ago. People, start looking for yourself. Well, it's not a nice sight to see, but the sad thing is, this is what we live in. Farewell to Ohau. Hope they all get it all sorted soon. But my God, it's the blackened ruins of Ohau as we leave. Absolutely magic part of the world down here. But it's 8 o'clock, time to hit the road. Back to the big smoke Timaru. Just an incredible bit of country. Just as I drive out of here, I'm just thinking all the so-called alphabet groups, government departments that are supposed to be out there looking into the likes of what I've just mentioned. There's a lot of secrecy, there's a lot of zip, don't say jack shit. Most people see that view, and yes, it is absolutely spectacular. But most people wouldn't question the colouring. Why is it nowadays, the last few years, we've seen these very vivid coloured skies? Is it the new ingredient that is in the atmosphere? It's so damn small, it makes everyone blind to it. To do a test for rainfall, what do you find? You find the ingredients, what's making this colour in the rain, the barium, the aluminium, the strontium. You just got to look, I know in the city, Timaru, you look when the sun's going down, say 5 o'clock, you're driving towards that sun. It's like a welding flash, it is so damn bright. But people don't question it. They think it's normal. It ain't normal. Just right there, we see another plasmatic looking cloud colour. Notice the camera's hard, takes its time to focus. Is it a telltale sign? Is it an ingredient in this atmosphere? Maybe we should ask David Keith, the Harvard University clown that would like to load sulfuric acid into the sky. The clown who's behind loading your atmosphere every year full of thousands of tonnes of ingredient. Oh, but it's climate change. Oh, is it? That's what's climate change. This crap they are loading in that atmosphere is creating the climate change.
Pink clouds. Now, some people might think this beautiful, but really and truly, it's hideous because of the dangers it imposes. When you see clouds like this, you know the aerosol that has been sprayed includes aluminum-tipped fiberglass in the mix. Now notice this rainbow refraction of light through the fiberglass itself. Because of this prismatic effect, very strange rainbow-colored clouds are seen all over the world now, something that never happened in decades past. So when you see weird rainbow effects that don't belong in the natural sky like this, you know that aluminum-tipped fiberglass is in the mix.
Just the next time you see a fire close by, just think of what I said. Don't be shallow and throw the word conspiracy in. Wouldn't you rather know something that may affect you or someone that you know? Your government departments, it's all hush hush. You got the likes of one department out there roaming the streets in the dark of the night, checking your bloody chimney smoke. And then one of the rain results that I took was 100 metres, just 100 metres away from where their monitoring station is, and I found aluminium and barium in that rain test, but not a mention out of their monitor. Enjoy the glow, absolutely bloody beautiful to see, but a picture paints 1,000 words.